Hi everybody, welcome back to KR Stock Portfolio. I did promise a portfolio update, so here it is. It's just going to be a very quick one. Unfortunately, the portfolio did quickly fall back from the $4,000 position. So it ended last week at $3,963. A little bit disappointing, but you know, it's great to see that the $4,000 barrier was sort of breached. And it's now going to be interesting to see where the stock markets go. A lot of people are predicting a market crash. I'm not sure. I'm not going to sort of second guess what's going to happen in the market, but certainly my strategy remains the same: to receive dividends and reinvest dividends in the companies that I've received them from. I am going to have a look through the portfolio to see if there's any companies that I think would be better off out of the portfolio, but for now it's staying fairly static. And where we are at the moment, I believe we've got a return on investment of about 10%. I do need to recalculate the numbers just a little bit, so just a quick run through. So Apple's doing well, 11% up. AbbVie's flying. It's probably my biggest holding in the portfolio, 26% up. Chevron's still in positive territory. Domino's has slipped off. Not too sure why that is, to be honest. Performed pretty well during the lockdown. Expect it to continue well, and expect it to be a good dividend stock long term. Duke Energy just under 10% up. Consolidated Edison had recovered quite nicely, but it's back down to -6%. Enterprise Product Partners is flying at the moment. Home Depot, possibly one of those stocks that I look to get rid of. I'm going to look into that a bit more closely. Pays a very small dividend in terms of the investment, and I think I could reinvest those funds better elsewhere. IBM and Intel have both recovered strongly. I'm really pleased with the way I bought low in those stocks. A lot of people wrote those stocks off at the time. Certainly Intel got a beating on the last earnings. I quite like the direction IBM's taken, and I think Intel, yes, it's a bit worrying. Needs to be a bit more strong and forceful on how it's going to compete with the likes of Nvidia, but I think it's a safe place to have funds. Johnson & Johnson ticking along nicely. Kimberly-Clark, posted a video in November on Kimberly-Clark. Unfortunately, it hasn't gone the way I would like. It may be that if I do sell a stock like Home Depot, I'll put that into Kimberly-Clark and try and just dollar cost average down a little bit. Coca-Cola struggled a little bit. Lowe's is performing fine. McDonald's treading water. Mondelez just in the black. 3M's breaking even. Merck's kinda just plodding along. Microsoft plodding along. Realty income down, but it's a monthly dividend pay. It's again, it's probably a safe haven for any funds that I release. PepsiCo doing quite nicely. Pfizer's doing quite nicely. PPG's cooled off a little bit. I saw they made a acquisition over the last few weeks. I think it's going to be fine, as is Prudential Financial. Restaurant Brands, one of my best stock picks going back to sort of August, September time. I think 14% up now. Raytheon's just cooled off a little bit. Southern Company's going nicely. Simon Property, really pleased with that, 37% up. AT&T's kind of up and down, but at the moment 4%, happy with that. Viatris was a free stock related to Pfizer, a Pfizer spin-off. Walgreen Boots has really recovered strongly. 20% up, and really nice to see ExxonMobil flying along nicely now, and Xerox, again, one of my proudest sort of buys. It's really recovered strongly. So I've got about $4.22 in the account. That's just sitting there to help with the reinvestment of dividends coming in. And on that front, last week Mondelez, the week before, so Mondelez I received 35 cents, and you can see my strategy is to round that up to $1 reinvestment. And week before Merck, $1.43, and then earlier in the year PepsiCo, 32 cents, Restaurant Brands International, 48 cents, Kimberly Clark came in 38 cents. So that's where we are. Quite a quiet start of the year on dividends. Not expecting January to be a big month. March will be the next big month on dividends. So that's where we are. Unfortunately didn't manage to stay above the $4,000 mark, but the portfolio is performing really well, and I'll give hopefully a much more detailed review in due course, and also do some stock focus. So maybe looking at one or two stocks in the portfolio and going into a bit more detail about where I think they are and where I think they're going. I hope that's been useful for now. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll be back in touch soon.